Hey, how's it going? Vladimir Donis here. So, hey, I wanted to jump online and just do a quick video about how to remain competitive in network marketing. So, essentially, how does one remain competitive in network marketing? The thing that I want to kind of talk about by the end of this specific video is marketing funnel and marketing automation. So, essentially, I feel as though that those are the two things that a network marketer could use to remain competitive. Before I get into the actual content, though, I like to kind of just point out the fact that I use a specific marketing framework. I believe that every business needs a marketing plan. And in order to have a marketing plan, you need to have a marketing roadmap. So essentially, this is my roadmap that I use for everything marketing. It's the web selling method, and essentially, it has three core steps. Step number one, it has the reach step, it has the engage step, and it also has the attract step. So essentially, this specific topic, how do you, as a network marketer, how do you remain competitive as it relates to being in this specific industry? When I started to kind of just talk about that specific topic, I kind of just went back to vacation. I'm on vacation right now as we speak, but I started to kind of just think about what happens when I go on vacation. When I go on vacation, specifically when I go on vacation via the foreign countries, I started to kind of just compare resources. For the reason, whenever I arrive to a foreign country, one of the things I do first is I compare resources. I say to myself, okay, what type of resources these specific individuals in that foreign country have, and how are they making use of the resources that they have? Specifically for me, I know that when my parents first came to the country, to the United States of America, they came here for a better life. And I remember that when we first moved here, we were living in a one-bedroom apartment. When I say one-bedroom, it was a one-bedroom apartment. The apartment had a living room and it had a bedroom. The living room itself was actually a bedroom, because the living room had about 4 different beds inside of the actual living room. There was about 7 people living there. Now, I am grateful and I am thankful that I've used the resources that have been made available to me, and I've progressed from that. Now, I'm no longer living under those same conditions. And the funny thing is that I laugh at my kids when they complain about one or the other one. Let's just say if my daughter goes into my son's room, my son is complaining and saying, "Hey, get out of my room." And I'm thinking to myself, man, you should be lucky because you have a lot of resources. And so what I do is I compare my resources to, say, someone in Haiti. So I have some family members in Haiti. When I think about some of the resources that they have, I think about some of their aptitude levels. So let's just take an individual. So I know this specific individual that has the same level of aptitude. Well, not the same. This person is a lot more smarter than I am, to be honest with you. Given the same opportunity, I feel as though he would have been able to kind of just progress beyond the point that he's at now. Essentially, if I go back to, say, 15 years ago, he hasn't made the progress that he is capable of. And the reason being is because he has very, very, very little resources. He has very little resources. He doesn't have consistent internet access. So unfortunately, although that specific individual is very smart and he's very capable, he hasn't been able to make the best of his resources. I said, okay, that is one specific instance. What other instances exist? The other instances that I feel as though exist is that I started to kind of just go back to think about my vacation again. When I'm on vacation, what I think about is I think about the fact that the last couple of times that I've been on vacation, specifically in foreign countries, some of the things that I noticed is that in one specific instance, I noticed that the individual, let's just say an individual who was working by the poolside. That person is an employee working by the poolside, and then at night you notice that this person he's working all day, and then at night he's also entertaining. He's entertaining by 2 methodologies. This person is on the dance floor dancing with the guests. He's also singing. So I thought to myself, okay, this person must have had a very long day. Not only is this person working all day by the poolside and making sure that the guest is happy, at night he's also entertaining as well. So he's entertaining at night. He's using a completely different skill set, because, as you know, in order to kind of just maintain, let's just say, the pool area, the towel area, whatever the case may be, you need one specific skill set. But when it comes time to entertaining, if you're trying to sing and dance, that is a completely different skill set. I noticed that at one of the resorts that I went to. Now, that wasn't the only place that I noticed that. I noticed that at 2 other places as well. Finally, I said to myself, you know what? Let me ask. By the third time, I decided to approach one of the individuals and said to him, okay, why is it you're working all day during the daytime? I know you're working very hard. Let's just say if you're a server at this specific resort, but at night, I'm noticing that you're entertaining people. You have a completely different skill set. You can sing, you can dance, you can do all of these different things. Why is it you're working so hard? And you know what this specific individual told me? He said, in order to remain competitive, he has to have both skill sets. So essentially what he was telling me is that to be able to kind of just have the skill set of just being able to work a daytime job. So let's just say his daytime job was that he's a server at one of the restaurants inside of the resort. He said, you know what? He could end up not necessarily keeping his job because of that. If that is the only skill set he has, he knows that he won't be able to remain competitive. So not only is he good during the daytime with doing his day-to-day job, he also is doing his nighttime thing. He's displaying his nighttime talent by way of singing and by way of dancing. And when I tell you that these specific individuals, they're not just, small act singers, to be honest with you. They have great voice and they can sing very, very, very well. So that is when I started to kind of just think about, how network marketer, or what network marketing needs to do, people in network marketers, what they need to do in order to remain competitive. So essentially, network marketing, we all know that a lot of people who go into network marketing, they're doing it as a second job, essentially. So a lot of people who are in network marketing, they have a main job during the daytime, and then what happens is that as a side thing, they're doing network marketing. So essentially, when you first join network marketing, you are given some things in order to try and start your business, right? So a lot of times those things are basic marketing things, to be honest with you. They're not necessarily advanced marketing things. So what is it you need to do in order to remain competitive? Just like these guys at these specific resort, they're doing something during the daytime, but they are also doing something at night to try and enhance their skill set. I feel as though you, as a network marketer, you need to do the same thing. And the two things that you need to work on is you need to work on marketing funnel and you need to work on marketing automation. It is no longer, you will not be able to remain competitive in this specific game if you do not brush in or fine tune that additional skill set. Just like these guys at these specific resorts, they are working on additional skill set. I believe as a network marketer, in order for you to remain competitive, you have to work on that additional skill set. And for me, what I feel is that additional skill set is, it is marketing funnel and marketing automation, because what that does is that allows you to kind of just take people from online, take a stranger, turn them into a lead, and then turn that lead into a customer. One of the things that my partner and I that we're doing right now is that we're hosting a free web class. Now this web class is specific to MLM and specific to network marketing, and we have two goals. Goal number one is we're going to show you how to generate a lead online, and then goal number two, we're going to show you how to turn that lead into a customer. So essentially, that additional skill set that I'm talking about, we're going to show you how to obtain and or keep that specific skill set. There's going to be a link somewhere on this page. You can go ahead and click on that link, and that link is going to allow you to register for the free web class. The other thing that I'm working on as well is that if you are in business, let's just say you're not in network marketing, but you are a business owner and you need help with marketing, I can go ahead and help you by two methodologies. Methodology number one is that I can go ahead and be your marketing coach, whereby I help you through the marketing process. And methodology number two is I can go ahead and do the marketing for you. And guess what? When I decide to do the marketing for you or be your marketing coach, we're going to take my framework and we're going to make sure that everything is in line from a marketing standpoint, step by step. Once again, as I mentioned earlier, I have a 3-step process that I take all businesses through just to make sure that everything is airtight from a marketing standpoint. There's going to be a separate link somewhere on that page, and that link essentially allows you to go ahead and send me a message and say, hey, you're interested in marketing services, and I will go ahead and send you the details. Remember, so the whole point or the whole purpose of this specific video is to tell you as a network marketer, you have to gain that additional skill set, and that additional skill set is marketing funnel and marketing automation, because if you gain that additional skill set, that's going to allow you to remain competitive in this whole game. Thanks for listening. That's my time. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.